what's going on? It's Dallas. Welcome to the very first episode of Consonant Coffee. I have my girl with me, Taylar of TLTV, and I'm so happy to have you as my first guest.
Thank you for inviting me. This coffee place is super cute.
So cute.
The drink is really good. What did we get? This is a iced French vanilla frappe with almond milk.
I didn't know you went that big.
Yeah, you know, I had to hook it up just a little bit.
Mine is like the same. It's just iced coffee. French vanilla iced coffee with almond milk. Try to stay away from the dairy because it's just not cute.
You're right, it's not cute.
It gives you gas. It's not cute. The purpose of Consonant Coffee is just kind of where I sit with different women in media. You know, we just need a space where we can talk about things because there's so much that goes on, just like in any industry, that I feel like people just shy away from certain topics, don't talk about things, don't encourage each other, you know, all that.
And then on top of that, I feel like with the media stuff, like people only get to see like the fanciness of it, you know, the red carpets, they get to see, you know, the different celebrities or whoever it is that you're interviewing, but they don't actually get to see the bad, not necessarily bad stuff, but like
behind the scenes
of what actually goes into it. So I think this is a great idea. I moved here after I graduated. I graduated December 17th, 2016. I'm from Iowa, right? So 4 days after graduation, I got a call from CNN. They were like, hey, we want to go ahead and offer you this internship working in the Atlanta Bureau, which was like, I was covering breaking news, helping. So me being from Iowa, I always knew I wanted to live in the South, so it was just a perfect opportunity. I immediately moved out here. My internship started at the beginning of January. So I was interning with CNN for like 6 months, you know, helping covering breaking news, helping being on set, maybe on the set of HLN a little bit, just really being, you know, help to everybody else. So it was nice, you know. When I first moved out here, I was like, oh, I found my career, you know, I'm about to work for CNN, this is it, that's all, you know. It happened so fast for me, thank God. But they didn't hire me after my internship, you know. So after the 6 months of me being there, I had to figure it out, you know. I feel like what a lot of people don't understand about the media is that most of us all have actual jobs, you know, like 9 to 5s, you know. And for the ones that don't have it, that's a blessing, but I'm sure there were steps they had to take in order to get there. So with me, I started working a corporate job. I worked there for like a year and a half until I really realized that, you know, I'm not happy, you know, I'm not passionate with what I'm doing. Fulfilled, exactly. I was like, I know I didn't move from Iowa to Atlanta to be working this regular job, and at least like working this job and still not pursuing what I wanted to do. So maybe a year and a half later, I started TLTV, Taylar Leigh TV. In the beginning, I took so many L's, you know, silent L's too, you know. It looked nice, but there were times where I was scheduling interviews with people didn't follow through with me, they didn't take my work seriously. There were times where just like minor mistakes, you know, camera equipment not working right or being nervous, being scared. I think my first interview was when I helped try to cover the Stacey Abrams campaign. I didn't get to interview Stacey Abrams, but just being in that space, I just remember how I felt. I was scared to walk up to people, and when you reminisce about where you were then and where you are now, it's like, it's crazy how much can happen a year or two. But fast forward till today, I started getting into red carpet, you know. I remember I went to this blogging beauty event, and that's where I met Chelsea at. That's where I met Chelsea, I went to a blogging beauty event.
Chelsea.
That's my girl, chatting with Chelsea. But I remember going to the blogging beauty event, and I was in a space full of women, black women that were doing the same exact thing that I've been wanting to do. So I felt like being there pushed me to want to go further and pushed me to want to challenge myself. So my first big interview, I remember it was Super Bowl weekend. I interviewed DJ Envy, and from there, honestly, everything had really took off for me, because from DJ Envy, it was like Gabrielle Union. From Gabrielle Union, you know, it was like Deborah Lee. From Deborah Lee, you know, and it just kept going on and on and on. And I feel like once you put yourself out there, you know, and you're vulnerable and you just go for it, everything else will fall into place. And that's what it was for me. It wasn't no, you know, I didn't have any handouts with this, you know. I didn't have any help. I just believed in myself when, not to say nobody else believed in me, because I always had a great support system, but the key is to believe in yourself and to go for it. And if your gut is telling you to do something, do it. And that's my story. You know, I'm still learning every day. I'm still, you know, trying to do more and more stuff. I just hope that 5 years from now or whatever, we can look back at this and be like, dang, look where we at, you know?
Absolutely. Just kind of expand on being vulnerable.
So let me give you an example. When I was working my corporate job, my first corporate job, I quit in March of 2019. Yeah, March of 2019, I quit my corporate job because I wasn't able to, I didn't have the availability to have time to invest in TLTV. You know, I was working crazy hours. I was stressed. I was frustrated, all of that. So I literally stepped out on faith, and I was like, I'm either going to go all in with this, you know, or I'm not. And in my mind, my thought process was like, I don't want to look back, you know, 5-10 years from now and wonder what if, you know. I'd rather, like, you have to be willing to fail at it, you know, fall on your back or whatever, you know, your butt on it, you know, and try than not to try at all. And I was like, I would rather try than not try at all, than live with the regret of not even knowing what if, you know. So I feel like that's what I mean by being vulnerable. You gotta really trust in yourself. Like, I don't know what it was that made me just want to go all out. I think
like a thing.
It's like it's a feeling
or a pull.
It is. It was just like something was always in my ear, like, Taylar, you know, Taylar, you should be doing this.
Like, this ain't it. You kind of hit some good points already, but knowing your worth in the industry, because I know for even with myself, when I was first starting, you know, I was saying yes to everything. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm so excited, blah, blah, blah. You know, just saying yes, kind of just being stepped over, used, and just, you know, can you do this and go here and drive here for no pay or nothing? You know, and it was just like, because I just wanted to, I felt as though, you know, you got to start somewhere. But at the end of the day, you still want to know your worth. And I did get my degree in journalism, and I do have somewhat of experience.
You got some credibility behind your name.
Okay?
Yeah,
this
for
isn't
sure.
no play. Like, this is for real.
Yes.
So just kind of talk about that.
In the beginning, for me, my biggest thing was I didn't want to be that journalist or that person that was just a pretty face on camera, you know? And I feel like a lot of times, especially when you're in a bigger city, people want you to help them expose their brand, you know, or help them make their events look better. But what they don't understand is, like, although the exposure might be good for us, if I'm not making no money, you know, or if I'm not, you know, what's the benefit? I feel like there has to be mutual benefits in any type of agreement, you know. So like, if I'm helping cover an event, or if I'm helping, you know, I don't know, promote your brand or something like that, then just how I respect you, the same respect should be shown to journalists, you know? And just like you said, thank you, we're the talents. And on top of that, it wasn't like I woke up one day, it was like, I want to be, you know, I want to get on the red carpet. We went to school for this. I am in debt for journalism, okay? I am still paying the University of Iowa right now to this day, you know? So it's like, you gotta take yourself seriously, and I feel like the only way other people are gonna take yourself seriously is if you take yourself seriously first. So it doesn't happen overnight. It really doesn't, because like I said, I've only been really doing this media stuff for about 3 years, so I'm still learning and growing from it each and every day. But just like Dallas, like you were saying, sometimes it's just exciting. Like, why wouldn't I want to cover Super Bowl? You know, like, this is big. This is something, like, I don't care if they pay me or not, you know. But it's like, when you're doing events repeatedly, and you know, you're doing it over and over, and you're putting time into this, you know, like, outside of media, we still have real lives, you know, we're paying bills, you know, we still
got car notes,
you know what I'm saying, just a lot of stuff. So it's like, we're trying to balance out so many things, but it's like, although we're super passionate about this should be another asset for us, you know. This shouldn't be something that we're just doing just to do and have fun with, because TLTV needs to make some money, you know, just as a Dose of Dallas does, and everything else, every other industry should. When people think of journalists, they only think of, like, Oprah, you know? Granted, that's my girl. But there's so many more, like, entertainment, sports journalists, you know, political journalists. There's so many different storytellers out here. So I don't know, I just feel like people need to take this industry more seriously, but people aren't going to take it seriously until you take yourself seriously first. So
that's bad.
The best advice I can get to anybody that wants to jump into this industry is to have a good group of friends, a good support system that's going to push you, believe in you, you know, mentor you, get a mentor, anything, you know, anything that's going to keep you going.
going back to just starting and just putting yourself out there, I noticed that once I actually started putting content out and started showing, you know, what I was capable of, that's when people were like, oh my gosh, look at you. And at that time, I was still kind of doubting myself. Like, what if this is stupid? What if people are like, what are you doing?
Like, I don't even want to upload this. It looks silly.
Right,
people don't understand what I'm doing. Exactly. Any of that,
And that's why once I did put it out there and I did get the positive support back, that's what that fueled me.
It fuels that fire. So you just keep wanting to push forward.
But you never know until you actually put the stuff out.
That's true.
I mean, if you just holding it in, nobody can say, oh wow, this is dope. Like, nobody can say that.
Back to vulnerability. Once you start really putting yourself out there, opportunities come knocking at your door. It all starts with that first step. You just gotta you gotta go. You gotta roll with the punches and just see.
And I bet not all them companies that you were applying for want you now.
Girl, for real though, no, seriously.
It takes time. It doesn't happen like this. That played a role in my depression, I will say, because I just felt like I didn't have anybody to relate to at that time.
Oh, girl, yes, I can speak on that. I think post-grad depression is real. I wanted to write a post about that. I probably still will, but
you should.
Post-graduation depression is a real thing, and I feel like it should be talked about a lot more because we're in the stage, you know, we've been accustomed to going to school, then going to the next grade. But when you're out here in the real world by yourself, you know, trying to figure it out, it's hard. But once you're able to overcome that, it's like beauty in the struggle. That's what J. Cole said, right?
Yeah.
It's beauty in the struggle. To anybody that has a dream or anybody that feels they have a purpose, do it. Go for it. Like, you never know what it's going to turn out to. And worst case scenario, if it all fails, at least you can look back on it and say you tried. Like, what's wrong with trying? I feel like so many times people are afraid to try and afraid to fail, and you can't be afraid to fail, especially in this industry, because you're going to fail at times. Like, it is not all gravy at all. So keep going, you know, believe in yourself. Find a group of women or a group of men or just a group of supporting people that believe in you, that's going to keep your head straight, keep you in the right mindset, and believe in yourself, and everything else will fall into place.
We just talked about all these great things. We want to know what's next, what we doing.
You want to know what's so crazy? I don't know. I don't know what's next.
That's real.
And that's real. Like, I really don't know.
That's the beauty of it.
That's the beauty of it. So whatever happens, like, just stay, you know, stay connected. You can follow me on Instagram at Taylar Leigh TV, TaylarLeigh TV. Taylar Leigh TV for everything. Twitter, Instagram, YouTube. I keep it real simple.
That is gonna be all for this little episode. We kind of talked a lot, but
we did.
Yeah, we'll try to squeeze it in a decent amount of time. Thank y'all so much for tuning in to Consonant Coffee.
Yes.
Thank you, Media Girls Network, for giving me this
platform
space to share with all the media girls and just anyone, because this could really be for anyone.
Really.
Let me know if you want us or me to touch on anything with the next guest. And that's a wrap. Thanks, guys.
Bye. Everybody's journey is different. I know, right? Dang. You know, we in it. We here. We here.
Definitely write down your goals, because I had this written down. We have a group chat.
Wow.
And so this was one of my goals for the month.
And you did
remember?
that? I do remember.
No,
dead serious. I'm not gonna lie, I kind of failed on a couple of my September goals. I was supposed to work out. I did not work out. This is good.
What, this?
Yes.
It's very good.
It is.
Mine almost gone, but